Jibbers! Every day, people keep mentioning my weight. You need to learn to keep your comments to yourself. Cheapers.
Click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below.
It doesn't matter if I tell you that I identify as skinny. You should let that seep into your brains. Go to school, learn something. Ooh, I put a dent into the wall. It's your fault, Ashley. I just ordered Wingstop and I'm really excited because I love Wingstop. I like to stop with the wings, and today we're doing something I've never done before. The voodoo fries. My first time having voodoo fries, okay. But first we're gonna do a little weigh-in for the peasants because you're all so fascinated. He's getting so much overweight. I don't even recognize him anymore. Jeepers creepers, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, SpaghettiOs. So, thanks for oh, by the way, my red shirts are like halfway gone already, and they've only been back for like a month. If you want one of my merches, especially this right now, we're running low on stocks, and we don't have a foreseeable reprinting date. So if you want one, buy it now. Link in the description box. Let me catch my breath. They say when you breathe through your nose, it's healthier for you because your little hairs in your nose regulate the air. It's like a filter, but you get less air at once, so you have to breathe through your mouth to fill up those oxygen cells, because I know science. Alright, so this is my old scale. She's kind of quiet, but at least I can show you the number when she's done spreading lies. I'm so hungry. I ordered $100 worth of Wingstop, by the way. 100. It was actually 96, but I'll show you the receipts. Here we go. Oh no, come on, please. Jeepers creepers. Oh, she broke. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Last time I checked, I was 371. I went to 380 after eating. It was just water weight though that time. But I think like 371.
And 77.6 down.
377.6.
Ready for operation.
I'm gonna chuck this thing. That's just water weight. It's all just water weight. Actually, Ashley. Because if it wasn't water weight, could I still do this? I could even mow the lawn and go shopping at Costco. That's all I really want to do. Thank you. I had the air blast on 69, which I love that number. Can't do that anymore. There's this in the way. People's like, when's the last time you've seen it, Nick? It's been years. I take a camera and try to be like, what's it looking like? You know, men's health. We have to check. Well, I can't actually see. Like, could you imagine trying to be me? You're like, oh. And then when you push the weight up, it chokes you. So, my double check. How am I sweating? That person problem. I think it's the beep beep beep's fault. I have never overheated so much in my life until I got the beep beep beep, and it's been 2 years or a year and a half since I got the beep beep beep, and I've never fully recovered. Now I know I've gained a little water weight, but I know a lot of people who are normal size, they're not like me on a weight loss journey. They're just regular people doing their thing, and they're like, yeah, I overheat in the sun way more. Internally, my body gets really hot really fast. It's never been a thing. I just feel so uncomfortable in my body, and it's China's fault. Excuse me. I thought this world was about holding people feet to the flames, feet to the fire. Repercussions for your actions. Nope, not for that. I'm kind of like, ooh, there's my cheese. Cheapers, don't look at me. Oh my gosh, ouch. Ooh. My cheese, my precious cheese. Welcome to the show, peasants. Like I said, we got $100 worth of Wingstop coming on the way. Okay. It's a great day today. I showered, yes. Okay, the best part about my merch is that it stretches. Look at that. I can put my knees in it. Wow. Get one size smaller than you're used to. This is only a 2XL, but I wear a 3XL. Or this is a 1XL, and I usually wear they stretch. High quality. Anyways, I'm so excited. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let me eat and rejoice. I said to the Lord, I need to lose weight, and he says, today is your day to do what you want. And I was saying, okay, yay. Oh man, I trust you. I woke up and I just had this like revelation. I'm like, wow, I need to stop catering to the Ashleys, who are probably just as fat as me, if not fatter. As I struggle to breathe, gasping for air. Jeepers creepers. So we're gonna move you down over here. I'm sweating. This is not okay. I'm gonna wait for the food to get here. Goodbye. And we're here, peasants. Now this comes from a very bad name that we should not say anymore. Ever since I watched the Turd versus Derp, I will no longer say this word. Do you see it there at the top? Do you see it? Do you see it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Evil, evil, evil. Evil lady. And, goodbye. So much grease, so much fun, yum. So we got my French fry. Where's the chase? I asked for voodoo fries. Excuse me. Maybe they give it to you on the side. Where's the chase? Great. I can't see. Ooh, that just splashed out a lot of grease. I'm gonna open this bag. Thank you. Come again. Cheers, creepers. My veggie sticks. Ew. These are so greasy. I love the grease. I love the grease. Look at this bag. It's covered in grease. Okay. Okay, that's going into my body. Ooh. Greasy. All right, let's go for this one too. And I said goodbye. There's my voodoo fries. Ooh. Ooh, that looks really delicious. And I also got cheese to make my own to see if it's worth paying for theirs. I got lots of ranches. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Is this enough food? Oh, this is $100. Look at all my, oh, I got so many cheeses. I only ordered one. Okay. Okay, they think this is a party of 20. Nope, it's just for one mukbanger. Goodbye. I'm so excited to get that. I'm a gainer, they say. Okay. I'm really not. I'm just someone that likes to eat. If I happen to gain a little weight, it's just water weight, first of all. It's not like I'm trying. I'm actually on a weight loss journey. Okay, let me get this set up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bam! This is not enough food. Oh, and I got a drink. Lemonade. That's some good lemonade. Okay. Goodbye. Orlin, help. I'm out of breath. How is this all gonna fit is what I wanna know. I think, did I order too much food? Did I order? What? Turn this off.
What happened? You gotta go on the treadmill?
Can you turn off, please? I'm sweating.
From being fat, from being dirty.
Hand me the, ouch!
Don't point at me!
Hand me the cheese. I love cheese. This is not a French fries. Do I have any more? Do I have any more down there?
They're right there.
These ones are already made. This is the actual voodoo fry. This is the voodoo fry, everybody. Just put that down there. So there's no more actual French fries.
No, you just ordered 3 large.
I
Two
love
large, 1 small.
cheese. Done. I love cheese. Done. I need a spoon. Go bring me a spoon. I love cheese. Done. I love cheese. Done. This is not enough cheese. This is not. Why do they give me such skimpy little things? This is not enough cheese.
So they think you're too fat.
No. I love. Good thing I have extra.
Extra body fat.
Cheese. Outside, let's flood this mother. Let's flood this mother. Let's flood this mother. It's about running the world, girls. Except everyone but Amber Turd. If you follow my Instagram, I posted all of her lies debunked. She's told, they counted, at least 27. They might charge her for perjury, and then she could go to jail. I'm wondering if this should be switched.
Who gives love vegetables? Take out the vegetables.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to go. Bye. To the trash. I mean, charity.
It's the only time you swallow.
I love cheese. Dun. I love cheese. Dun. Like, that's how you should enjoy food. Dripping. That's how you enjoy food.
I'm thinking, remembering, like,
Bring me the camera.
Twinkie Nick.
Don't think about Twinkie Nick right now. I'm a changed man.
You're barely a man.
I need to show them what I'm talking about so they know. Turn on the ceiling light so they can see.
You're really gonna look like Mother June.
Drip, drip. Look at all this seasoning. Look at this. Drip, 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 drip. So when you see me rolling my eyes in this video, everything is soaked in delicious chicken grease. I mean, look at this. Drip, drip, drip. Look. Okay. Now people can not hate on me. And let me show you this one over here. Where is it? Where's the other? Oh, this is the black one. Oh. Look at that.
Amber got the best thing for you for your diet plan.
Best thing for my diet plan. This is all swimming. This is how you do it, everybody. This is how you do it. Buffalo Wild Wings is a disgrace compared to this. Look at all that seasoning. I mean, look what's at the bottom. Like,
Don't mind the carrot he spit out.
yeah, I just started to munch on one. Here's the evidence.
Like too much fiber.
And I'm like, ew.
Too much stuff.
Why am I doing? You know, it could give me a stomach ulcer. It could give me a stomach ache, and then I won't be able to digest the real food. This is human food. Okay?
Well, I guess
This is human food. Excuse me, this is human food. This is not.
I guess sumo wrestlers are considered humans.
This is, shh. This is human food. This is not. This is gonna go straight into the trash. I mean, charity. All right, put this back.
You're hopeless. Are you gonna live stream your funeral?
You can if you want. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Look at those voodoo fries. Look at those voodoo fries though. Bam! Hey guys, I just did my thumbnail and we're gonna keep everything set up and we're gonna put it back.
You're so ugly.
Stop, I'm pretty. So you think I'm pretty?
pretty ugly.
So also, no, it's pretty. I kind of use the straw paper. Disgusting.
No.
Ew. Help.
Actually, I take that
Help.
back. You're pretty dumb.
Help. Get this all situated. Help. All right, give me the tray. We need my cheese. Turn this off for me. No one wants to see this part. I'm excited for this. No, just give me the tray. I'm taking some supplements for my health.
Because you're anemic. It's so funny when you hear a fat person say they're anemic. Here you go.
I'm skinny. I identify as skinny. Ah, you guys, you know this is amazing. Cheers! Yeah! Oh my gosh! And then what are we gonna put on this side? More voodoo fries. Okay, we're gonna have the voodoo fries. Well, actually, how about you not stand there and you help me? You offer things for me.
Like what? A salad? You want a salad? I'll give you a salad.
Okay, bring me 2 big, large trays.
No.
I almost said the thing I don't want to say in life. You guys, this is actually really epic. We have so much food. And by I say we, I mean me. Look at the grease.
Well, you identify as
Isn't it
family.
complete? Look at that grease. Okay, here's one. Ooh.
There you go, sweetie.
And here's 2. We need to get a new name for these.
Well, I like the old one.
Bring me the little blue thing. This one has to go here.
Are you leaving us in?
Yeah, I'm lazy today.
You're always lazy.
No, I'm not. I meant to say the big blue thing, but that's okay. This looks nice.
Oh, you want the big? I want the big blue thing.
Yeah. I've already drunk half my soda. This is not okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh yes, now on the floor to make it down.
Okay. And this is not even all the food. We also have, well, we're not going to count this. This is not food. People, this is not food. Bam! Yay! Sing with me. Y'all, we're all asking for it last time. We're back.
On a diet?
Home. Shoot-doo, we're home. Hello, we're back home. Shoot-doo, we're home. Hello. And this is hot and steamy because we're eating for the first time voodoo French fries from Wingstop. And I love Wingstop so much. Let me catch my breath, gasping for air. Cheers. I have lemonade, which is okay for the sugars.
What else do you need?
The brightness to go up 1 level, please. All right, let's try my first. Well, first of all, this is the voodoo fries that I ordered.
Should I focus on them?
Yeah, let them see, sweetie. These are the voodoo fries. It has cheese, Cajun powder sauce, ranch, and it's really good. Okay, focus on my face. Oop, this looks really good. Here I go.
How ugly he is in full detail.
Ooh. I can't believe I've never had voodoo fries. I've had their buffalo fries, and they're really, really spicy, and I just couldn't handle it. Okay.
Click the link below to follow my Patreon. You'll get exclusive weekly videos about my life, plus tons of mukbangs not allowed on YouTube. Link below.
Catching my breath. That tastes like Five Guys Cajun fries with cheese. It does need more ranch though, I will be honest. Let's try the one I created, which is cheaper. It's basically the same thing, except it doesn't have Cajun sauce.
You still need me here.
Touch right here, please, actually. Right there. Perfect. You can go.
Bye.
He's my cameraman, but he doesn't like to work the whole hour.
I'm your servant.
You're my peasant. Okay, so this is what I created. y'all saw. And it's the same exact thing, except probably more, oh, honey. Probably, we're gonna have my little eating tray. Probably way more ranch and no Cajun. That's better. That's better. Here, let me tell you why. Oh my god, I'm gonna love this video so much. Because Cajun sauce dries things out. And I don't like to eat dry sand. Do you? Oh my god. This is by far my favorite place to get wings. Okay. So in case you skipped the intro, when they prepared this, they put a lot of, see all that grease flying around? I can't stop showing it off. It's so amazing. So let's just take one of them. I don't know which one to do first. Let's do this one. I think this is, oh, this is garlic lemon. It's brand new. Garlic lemon. Oh. Did you hear that crunch? This is food. This is actual food. Wingstop, I love you. I appreciate you. I never want to go to, I don't think I will go to Buffalo Wild Wings again. I've given them 10 chances. I'm like Johnny Depp giving Amber Turd so many chances. Slicing off the finger, pooping in the bed, making up fake stories about this type. Oh, he attacked when it doesn't even like make logical common sense. Like, how's that even possible with a bottle? Like, just stupidity. Oh my god. Okay, now we're gonna try. This is a lemon pepper thigh. Not a thigh, a tender. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry real tears. I like Amber. Ooh. Oh my god. I can't stop. I'm like crying, everybody. I'm crying. I'm literally crying. So good. Okay, we have more flavors. Let's do, what's over here? Oh, this is the garlic Parmesan. Check it out, check it out. Oh my god. There's nothing. I can't think of a single wing place better than Wingstop. Oh my god. And does this have some garlic Parmesan juice at the bottom? It does. Ooh, and we got boneless ones too. Look at all that grease. Okay, now we have some boneless ones. Oh, oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, They should hire me. Like, I don't even have to be an Amber Turd actress. Oop! It's your fault. I'm done talking to you, Ashley. Look the other way. Oh my God. The bone. I don't know what I like, but they're F Buffalo Wild Wings. F them. They made me sad and poor. I'm never going to Buffalo Wild Wings ever again. Sad and poor. Their stuff is dog food compared to this. Soft, tender, greasy, flavorful, crispy skin. Yes, yes, yes. Even their lemonade. I love this lemonade. Most lemonade's like sour. You're like, this is beautiful. Oh my God. How amazing is this? Let's do another one on the bone. And I'm so thankful I finally discovered, I've always done boneless. The ones on the bone are incredible. I don't know what I like more. It has this crispiness to it, yet tender. Oh, here we go. We're grubbing. We're grubbing now. Holy crap, this food is tasty. Oh my God. Don't get the food fry. Get what I did. Get the regulars with extra seasoning. Don't get it extra well done. Make it nice and soft. Lots of limp. You want limp fries with extra flavor. And order cheese and ranch on the side. This one, when they add the Cajun, it dries it up. Slightly. I think it just needs more ranch too. Oh, about spicy. Speaking of spice, I really want to have this. Now this is going to be wet because it has a sauce. Oh my God. And now I said this before, I'll say it again in case you're new to my channel. I got a lot of new viewers every day, like 1,000 a day. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of opposite, not just here, everywhere that sells flavored wings. When they add actual sauce out of the glass jar, dunk, 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 they mix it all up in the bowl. It actually does the opposite. It kind of dries it out a little bit. Whereas these ones, like I'm looking, there's a little bit of sauce, but sauce is thick. It has some starch in it. It barely moves and jiggles. Whereas the dry, like these are all dry. This is dry lemon pepper, dry garlic parmesan. They're dry, however, they're wetter because they're served with all this grease. Like, look how it's just juicy. I feel like you also get a crispy crunch. Listen. It's a crunch. And gritty. You taste the skin more. It's like a burst in your mouth. Whereas the wet ones are dry. It's not super dry. Oh no, it's tender. The sauce is good. This is way better than Buffalo Wild Wings. This is better than their worst. I mean, this is better than Buffalo Wild Wings' best. The bar is so high. But I feel like I'm a little more inclined to, well, it's also kind of spicy too, but I'm a little more inclined to do some. Do some extra work, yeah. It's good. By the way, this is called hot lemon. It's new. It's not their buffalo. It's not their mild or original. It's called hot lemon. It's brand new. Tastes like spicy poppy seed bread. It's good. Wonderful flavor. It's just it's spicy. And whereas these are dry yet wet. Garlic Parmesan. Oh my God. Look at all the bones. I'm doing good. Oh my God, every 2 bones represents 1 whole chicken. 1, 2, 3. I've had 3 chickens, wow. Poor little Bo Peep. That's okay. We have these over here to try. This is Hickory Dickory Dock or something, some type of barbecue up the clock. Ooh, it's greasy. This is boneless. It's something barbecue. It's like a strong barbecue. I already had it before. I don't know why I ordered it. I can't remember. It's very strong. Oh, it's a spicy barbecue. Oh, that is a spicy barbecue. Excuse me. That is a spicy barbecue. It tastes spicier than that one. Oh, that's misleading. Ooh, my nose. Oh my God. Let's go back into the, look at all this grease. There's like puddles. Do you see it dripping? I'm so into this. Look at that. Oh my God. You just want to put your hands up when you eat this. Double hands, double hands. Double hands. Ooh, that's spicy. Ooh, unless you can take light heat, I don't recommend that. Holy moly, that's spicy. My tongue's on fire still from this black one. Spicy, you would never know. It doesn't look spicy. That tastes better than, ooh, I can't, ooh. But, ooh, you guys, that's a lot to handle. So, how are you? I'm totally not even talking to you. I'm just really getting into my food today. I'm doing well. I slept 13 hours last night, which is probably, I don't know, good. Probably bad. They say oversleeping is just as bad as undersleeping. So I'm gonna die. Thanks. I'm gonna pass away. Now I need some tenders. The tenders at the bottom of the, I combine them. There's so much chicken. They're at the bottom of this one. Look at all that. Ooh. I highly recommend this to everybody. I think this is my, if I had to choose one flavor from this place, it's the lemon pepper. Lemon pepper bone, lemon pepper boneless, and lemon pepper tender especially. Oh my God. Name something in the world that gives you this much happiness. Besides money and payday. It's these foods. I'm still, let me be honest, disturbed by how spicy that barbecue, I almost said buffalo, barbecue. I'm still like, oh, my whole mouth hurts. That's spicy. That's really spicy. Beware when you order it. Beware. If you don't like really, really hot food, don't get it. Because that kind of, I don't want to say it's ruining it for me, but it's sitting in my mouth. And it's harder to enjoy the other flavor. It's your fault, Ashley. It's actually Miss Turd's fault. Well, I blame everything on Miss Turd. Am I being a bully for calling her turd? No. It's called consequences for your action. You're gonna do things and have the nerve to publicly accuse someone of this and this and this that might not even be true. Come to find out you did all this stuff to him. It's called consequences for your actions. You can't control. I saw this one lady, she was like, we need to stop being mean to her. She's a woman. She deserves respect. No, respect is a two-way street. If you don't give it, you don't earn it. I mean, we didn't get our pooped. We didn't get our beds pooped in. But how can you not feel for him? I saw the best thing. I'm not gonna play. I don't know how the copyright works on YouTube with the whole trial thing. I know there's people streaming it. I just want to be careful, you know. Yeah, but that lady, she's like, I'm like, it's called, sorry, repercussions, sorry. Maybe if she didn't have done that, the people wouldn't be calling her hammer turd, you know? Is there no longer any responsibility on the person who did the pooping? Next, what's in here? Okay, so these are garlic Parmesan boneless wings. Holy crap. More. Oh my God. Makes me very sad that more people don't eat here. Like, dang. Like, I'm moved by this food. Not physically. Can't do that. But so like I said, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for Tuesday. I hope they reach a verdict. Am I the only one that's like on edge? I have to get a life. I have things to do. I'm so... Oh, look at all this garlic. Oh my god. I'm going for the wet one. You know what I have in my head? I want to sing it too. Ba, 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 ba. Oh wait, I don't know if I got copyright. It's like King of the... It's like... It's about girls. Girls being kings. King, girl. Something like that. Let me look on YouTube. Queen... song. It's like the word queens in it. Kings and queens! I have kings and queens in my head. Oh, top comment. This song makes me feel like an independent woman and I'm a guy. Yeah, me too. I like this song. She celebrates couples and relationships. At the same time, she makes sure to tell women they aren't weak if they're not with a guy. I lost 5 chickens. I'm gonna starve. Luckily, they're still on the table and it fall. Great. And that's full of grease. Thanks, Ashley. I'm gonna listen to that after this video. Like, that's what I feel right now. Like, when I eat this food, I feel like an independent, strong woman. I'm like, I'm Camila Vasquez. My name is Camille. Here I come through that courtroom. Out my way, peasants. Justice for Johnny. My knees. Ouch, my knees. I also happen to be a really fat woman. Ouch! Ooh. I love you, Camila. Like, when I see her, I want that song playing when she comes through the courtroom in slow motion, swinging her briefcase full of legal papers. With her smile. Oh, Queen. We stand. I did not get so involved in this whole case until like halfway through. I'd say the last 2 weeks specifically have been really big for me. I'd say by week 3 I was like, what's going on? I was not, like I say, I don't even, I'm not a Johnny Depp fan. I don't know anything about the movies. I honestly, I didn't even realize. You know, you hear things in passing, it's just the news, another night is the news, you know. So this was not really important to me, but once I got into it, I'm like, oh my god. I'm still catching my breath. Kings and queens. I have so much food left over. Let's do another tender. As you can see, look how much they season it. Buffalo Wild Wings, what's your excuse? What is your excuse to serve us food that don't look like this? You have no excuse. The best tenders on earth. No one does chicken like Wingstop. Nobody. Nobody. Did you hear about Jeffree Star coming out with yak meat? I'll tell you. So about a year ago, maybe two, year and a half, something like that, Jeffree Star, as you guys know, he does makeup. He has makeup collections. I met him one time at a party. It was kind of cool. He announced that he was kind of leaving the, I don't want to say plastic, but like the shishi lifestyle and moving to the middle of nowhere in a farm in Wyoming. And he purchased a bunch of yaks, which are animals. I don't think most people know what a yak is. It looks like a buffalo, kind of, with horns. And he was gonna sell like yak fur coat, not coats, but like something to do with them, something. But around the time he trademarked, where he did like intend to use trademark applications for various classifications. So they had the clothing category, the business category, the marketing category, pets, and then meat. And it kind of freaked people out. He's like, and he said at the time, I don't know if this was in response to the meat thing or something, but it was people kind of saying, ooh, blah, 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 blah. They were kind of huffing and puffing. He's like, oh no, I'm just being a smart business person. I'm claiming all of it before someone else takes it. Whatever. And, you know, that's what people do. And then it turns out a year later, he actually ended up making yak meat. And so people are really upset because he would pose with the yaks and hug them, take all these photos for his Instagram and his webpage, to pet them, brush their hair, talk about how sweet and gentle they are. He treated them like his babies, like, hello, little snowflake, baby, baby, baby. And then it's now chopped up, grinded up, drained the blood, put it in plastic and sell it for money, for taxes. I don't know if that was the plan all along. It could have been. And so now everyone's really upset by saying, oh, this is so cruel, poor little yaks. You know, there's a limited amount of yaks to begin with. Why can't you just have like, I don't want to say factory. Okay, so that's what people are saying, right? I'm going to show you something that I found on Twitter where people were talking about it. Jeffree Star killing yaks for the meat market is the pivot I generally did not see coming. 174,000 likes. This says, I woke up and the girls are just discursing. I am aware how farming works. This was simply an unexpected pivot because Jeffree has cultivated this lifestyle brand, including plushies and makeup out of his love for yaks. Oh, so he was making plushies and makeups out of yak stuff. And also saying it's all vegan, no testing on animals. So the picture of a ground up yak was unexpected. So that's him with the yak meat, kind of holding it. This was him at the farm. And then he's starting to like, so it says, not Jeffree Star slaughtering his pets for the meat. Here's the thing. And then he came out with like a little Snapchat. I'm actually going to play that. It was kind of interesting. Let's see. And then I'll tell you my opinion. How about that? Let's see. Jeffree Star. I'm scrolling. This lady, she's like, I tried his yak meat, and that's her at the hospital with an IV. You know, people, the internet will be really funny. I think it's just such... No, I guarantee half the people, including myself, didn't even know what a yak was until you. So to be introduced with this new
rare. Is it endangered? Is it not endangered, but on the verge of extinction? I don't know. Just something different. We're not used to it. This is not a familiar food animal. And we're like, oh wow, this is special. Chop it up and sell it. So we're kind of, oh, I think that's kind of what's happening. But he put out something, which I can't seem to find because I don't know if he posted it himself or somebody else did. I'll go to his actual page and see if he posted it, but I doubt it. We're gonna scroll. So there he is on the farm with his yaks. They're cutesy, you know, these fluffy animals. Okay, I'll just tell you what it said. He went on some type of page, Instagram, Snapchat, who knows? I don't even use it. I've never even had Snapchat. But do people still use Snapchat? I thought it was for, like, it, like, got discontinued, or I don't know. Well, apparently, he said somewhere, maybe it was Twitter, he made a video saying, you guys, listen, I was the junk food queen for so long, eating God knows what, Taco Bell, fast food, but I was also, like, really sick, and I felt bad digesting it. I was sluggish throughout the day. I mean, he didn't go into all those details. He just said I was eating pretty crappy food, and no one questions where the Taco Bell cows, how they were treated, where they come from, or the Wingstop chickens, what were their living conditions. They just eat it because it's a thing, and it just becomes normalized and routine. And he said that he, now that he's getting older, wants to take care of his health a little bit, be more mindful about what he's put in his body. How was the meat taken care of? How was it raised? What was it fed? Was it given a lot of stuff? I mean, all meat needs antibiotics, so that's the downside about eating meat in this world. You are eating the antibiotics. There's no such thing as antibiotic free. There's low amounts of antibiotic. Cattle, for example, raised in a cooler environment because bacteria, it's hard for it to like fester and spread. But even, I mean, I lived in Colombia. They have mountain cattle where it's, 50 degrees year round, and they still give them antibiotics because cows are very susceptible to diseases, extremely susceptible. So it's impossible not to, and that's something that's called bioaccumulation. When you're eating the antibiotics inside the meat, you're accumulating it, and we're going through an issue now where people are less responsive to antibiotics when we get a cut, or there's a bacterial infection, or a tooth infection, or something, and we're taking antibiotics to help it, and we're becoming less and less and less and less responsive to it. We're becoming more resilient, and it's a problem from eating too much meat that people are pointing out, unfortunately. Because if these animals get sick, you're eating sick animals. You have to give them antibiotics so they don't get sick, but then you're accumulating it in your body. Look it up, bioaccumulation, biomagnification. Big words, Nick. So, other than that, though, these yaks are fed what they're supposed to be fed. They were treated with care. They weren't crowded up in a little, steel box their whole life, like chickens. And he feels better about it because that's how everyone lived forever. Farmers, it's just a thing. But people are saying this is cruel. I don't think so. I think that is a way that we were always supposed to live. Depending on where you live in the world, how much you eat. If you look at all the blue zones, they barely ate meat anyways. Look at the blue zones. The people that lived over 100, they were mostly plant-based, actually. Costa Rica, these people that all lived into 100 or more. In Italy, a little mountain town. Just watch that documentary. But they still had meats, right? But when they were having meat, it was they were in control. It wasn't being shipped from halfway around the world. God knows what they ate, how they were treated, what they were fed. They're eating something local that they, catching a fish in the river, or having backyard eggs, and at a certain point you make chicken soup with the chicken. That's what people did. I think that is most ideal. Most people can't. We all live in the cities. I live in a city. We all live in cities. And people are saying it's disconnected. How could you do that when you love it and pet it and then you chop it up? That's life. It's almost as if the argument that I see from all these people on Twitter and social media, oh, so cruel. It's like, are you a vegan? I guarantee 90% of you are not. So be quiet. Half y'all are gonna put some hard damage in some bacon tonight. Half of you will. Half of y'all are gonna go out and get a spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes, but go on your phone and say how evil Jeffrey is for having his yak farm. I can understand the position of we have animals that are bred for food, and then we have animals that are not food, and that's why a lot of people have issues with the Chinese, for example, because Orland worked in Africa for 2 years, and he knows that people come in from other parts of the world, Chinese, for example, and they eat the endangered animals. They hunt them down, these animals that are rare. It's biodiversity. Once they're gone forever. Did you really need to have that exotic rattlesnake for breakfast? Or could you have just had something that we are controlling, just like plants? There's so many exotic plants, biodiverse plants that are becoming extinct because we keep chopping it down for medicine and this and that. When we can have, this is our crop, we've hybridized it, we have created a breed of it, like dogs, for example. We do that for plants. Most of the plant foods we're eating are man manipulated. And I feel like that's the best way to go forward for our nutrients or whatever, but we're kind of respecting what's left, the biodiversity. Are yaks I've never heard of a yak. Are yaks endangered animals? Not extinct. Yaks are severely on the decline due to hunting by humans. Habitat disturbance, hybridization, competition with domestic yaks pose a threat to the species. The remaining wild yak population is legally protected, and you cannot hunt them. How many yaks are left in the world? Becoming rarer and rarer in the Himalayan home range because of hunting and hybridization with domestic yak. Is yak meat good to eat? They're actually best known for their milk and their meat, which is said to be high in protein, low in fat. It's a good for any dish that would go. Besides that little thing, I don't see any issue with it at all. I don't. And I think it would be extremely hypocritical to have an issue with it. I think people are becoming really disconnected on how the world operates. I lived in Guatemala, and I went to the meat market, and they'd have cows hanging by their hooves upside down, already dead, and they'd be hacking off chunks of it and selling it people to go, they're not oh my god, it's not even a shocking factor. They're yeah, we eat this for B vitamins and zinc, and listen, I was vegan for years. I know you can find all these nutrients in plants too, but the rate of absorption and the bioavailability of different cofactors, and also there's anti-nutrients. For example, these vegetables are pretty useless unless you steam them, cook them. You have to break down the oxalates, the phthalates, the cell membranes. You have to prepare it in some way. So I don't care if there's this amount of calcium in raw kale. Are you really absorbing it and utilizing it? That's the question that we're still trying to figure out. But I think that people here in this country are so used to seeing things all wrapped up and pretty and presented and ready to go that they don't realize that everything you're eating had a life too. So why is Jeffrey such a horrible person? Oh, because they're his pets and he hugs them and pets them. That's what your great-grandma did her whole life. And so did your great-grandpa. And your great-great-grandma. And your great-great-great-great-great-grandma. And every human being. And people to this day. And the royal countryside of China. And Colombia. And Ecuador. And all of Africa. It's not... These are not evil people because they're eating their food. Yes, it comes from an animal, but... life comes from life. That's the way this world was designed. Don't like it? Take it up with God when you die. Say, I didn't like this place. It wasn't perfect enough. We don't all hold hands and we weren't all equal. Nature is not equal. You have equal opportunity but not equal outcome. You just don't. Winners and losers all the time. Plants, fish eat fish, bird eat bird. Humans get eaten by jaguars in the Congo. In Africa, they have so many problems. The jaguars, the mountain lions, the crocodiles. If you go into a river, even in South America, in the tropics, there are crocodiles there, and they will eat you and swallow you whole. There's no equality right there. It's chance. So, Jeffrey, do your yak thing. I wonder who's going to be buying it, though. And that's the thing, like, meat is meat, but I think it's going to be hard to get American, westernized people with westernized thing to buy it, because it's so different. It doesn't mean, I'm not going to get into is it worse, is it good, is it bad. He made a post saying it's 90% less fatty than beef and chicken and all this stuff, and it has all the vitamins you need. It's a better source of, it might be, I don't really know, but I think the idea of it's like eating pets, like in other countries. In Nigeria, China, Vietnam, they eat dogs. That disturbs people who have pet dogs. But Orland cries, but he gets sad when people eat seafood because he loves his pet fish so much. You know? And that's the thing, some animals have more awareness than others. Some are more primitive with their sense of perception and awareness. You look at the colonies of like insects, for example, and compare it to a parrot, which is really smart. I mean, it's a subject that has lots of hypocrisies. That's all I'm trying to say. Lots and lots of hypocrisies. Orland believes that we're supposed to only eat insects for our meat. Or he's like, if you do seafood, do like shrimp, like the lowest of the food chain, the bottom feeders, the little things that can't even see. I don't know how he phrased it, but all animals are not created equally, just like all plants are not created equally. You know, there's ranges, but again, this is the whole vegan philosophy. Like, well, where do you draw that line? Which animals deserve life and which don't? You know, where do you draw that line? Who's worthy of life and who isn't? And that's a question that I definitely was challenged with when I first decided to stop eating meat many years ago. But in my experience, I realized that unfortunately that's our balance. It's our balance to have some meat. It's not pretty, not nice, but that's how it's set up here. So, and I've witnessed with my own eyes vegans deteriorating. No matter how many calories they shove in or how many supplements they take. Even myself, I used to eat till I could pop. And it's just the sad reality. The yin and the yang, you gotta have some evil. You gotta have some death. You gotta have some losers. So, I did not expect this video to turn into this. Oh my god. But yeah, I saw people getting very upset with him for doing his yak thing. I just wonder who's gonna buy ground yak. Who's gonna actually do it? Like, I don't know if I want to eat that. Delicious yak meat. People will just see this with his fluffy, cute little, like, is there a community that's ready to put their hands out with cash and said, yep, give me some? I'm trying to think who's going to buy that. People that are already used to eating it, maybe people out in his community. He did mention somewhere in one of the posts that he's serving the local community of what do Wyomingers eat yaks? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't really follow him. I don't know enough about him. I don't know if this was stemmed from, you know, a personal journey. Like, hey, I want to eat healthy. I want to control what I'm eating. I want to live someplace rural and grow my own backyard tomatoes and backyard eggs from hens and have some, like, I don't know if this is just him doing his thing, and if he makes money, he makes money. He doesn't care. He has enough. I don't know. Or if this is like him trying to be I just don't see this becoming a huge, I don't know. Who's just going to eat this and buy it? It's unfamiliar. People eat what they're familiar with. It's like if I sold like exotic rattlesnake meat that I hunted here in Florida. No one's going to buy it. And rattlesnakes aren't associated with being cute, fluffy, and fuzzy that you want to cuddle with. So they're especially not buying it with the yaks because at least those look cute. So I am curious about the business side of it, how did that make sense? But again, like I said, this is a person who probably has 15 streams of income. He's probably set for life. He's probably just doing perhaps a personal journey, because he did mention his health. And there's going to be leftover yak meat when he's done chopping up his own yak for himself. I don't know. And what else was he doing with their fur? Yak something, yak. Let me see here. Let me scroll to the top. What else? Here we go. Let's see here. A thread. So he was doing yak yarn, yak dog treats, and yak clothes. So he was going to take their fur and spin it into clothing. He's going to spin it into clothing. It's his business. It's his business. Again, it's hypocritical to be like, oh, the poor yaks, they died, as we all eat chickens and cows and all these things. I'm really full. This was delicious. And I have a lot of food left over. Oh my God. That Taco Bell, I ate all that Taco Bell like 4 in the morning. I've been going to sleep really lately. Have you noticed I've been posting later and later, like 5 in the morning? I'm so sorry. It's because my sleep, whatever. I won't even get into it. What I will say is that all that Taco Bell got destroyed, and I filmed it and I put it on my Instagram, and I put it on my Nikocado Shorts channel. So if you want to see me finish, well, I didn't film all of it. I showed me eating 3 things: a chalupa, the Chipotle Ranch chicken wrap, and the free quesadilla. I ate that. So that was last night, everybody. I filmed me eating it for TikTok. I'm like losing my voice right now. Yeah. Oh, the little yaks. What an interesting subject. I mean, would he be treated differently? It was a chicken farm, Jeffree Star's chicken. I think he'd sell more. I think it'd be more relatable. I think people would be less icky and nervous. I mean, people don't like the idea of eating things that they don't know what it is. They just don't. Even if it's a plant. Like, think of durian. That's a fruit. It tastes good. I love durian. But people don't even want to try it because they don't know what the heck it is. And it looks like it shouldn't be eaten. That's how the yaks look to me. Like, they shouldn't be eaten. But they can be. Pretty much anything they can be. The Japanese will eat pufferfish. They eat them. They don't even cook them. And they have a poisonous venom, these pufferfish. The Japanese don't care. They eat dolphins. I would say Asian cultures in general are way more open to eating anything, like anything, than Western cultures. And I don't know why that is. And I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just shocking to us because we're just not used to that. And the only thing I can speak to about that being a bad thing, not health-wise, but like environmental-wise, once things are gone, they're gone forever. And we have so many billions of people to feed, we shouldn't be feeding them exotic anything, you know. Yeah. That's my opinion on that. Well, thanks for listening to my wandering mind. I'm in like a food coma right now. I'm like, ooh. I didn't even have that. I'm getting fuller quicker. I just am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces of chicken. Well, I also had like 3 whole tenders and like 4 boneless wings and a bunch of fries. So maybe 2,000 something calories. It's just sad. I'm supposed to shove this in and I can't. I do it later. Shove it in right before bed. Yeah. Are you disappointed? I think people would rather see. I don't care what people think. I actually don't care. Oh, no, see, you waste food. It's not waste. I eat it. Trust me. If I only ate what I ate on camera, I would not be 400 pounds. Think about it. Think about it. If I'm eating 2,000 calories in a city, maybe 3,000, 2,000. I'm going to be 400 pounds. I'd be like 2 something. I'd be overweight, but to sustain this big body, you need like 5,000 calories a day. Do the math. 6 foot tall man, 6 foot tall, metabolism. So it's just, people don't realize. I could come here and eat little pieces and get just like one little thing. People are like, oh, we're so proud of you. You know, you're barely eating. It's like, but if I'm still the same size and I'm gaining weight still, I'm not showing you the truth of what I'm really eating. Reminds me of a certain channel out there that was showing their audience of themselves eating these small little baby portions. And they're so, and they'd be like, I'm so full. I'm like forcing myself to eat. I'm like really full. And it'd be like this big. It'll be like baby portions. And this person kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not the truth. She's eating off camera. So don't be proud of her if you see her eat less on camera. Unless you see the body shrinking or something. Possibly some extra eating going on. It's just physics. You can't support something that's 500 pounds from eating salads and like a slice of toast. It's just not going to happen. The body will start burning up its storages to support your body. It's just kind of cause and effect. There's issues with metabolism and thyroid and sometimes medications, water weight. But I'm talking like this YouTuber, this was going on for like years. So it wasn't some too much aspirin, I'm swelling today. No, you sneaking off camera and telling everyone all you eat is toast and salad. People can do what they want. It doesn't even matter. It was just this person was so adamant that they were being honest. It's like, how about you just show up and eat and don't even say anything? But they had something to push. You know, when I come here, I don't really have anything to push onto you. I'll ask you to support me elsewhere if you'd like. Patreon, Cameo, merch, get a t-shirt. But it's never like, I don't have a message to push. I really don't. There's no message. Like, I can do this, and this, and the world needs to all go like this, or this is the answer to that. I kind of just run my mouth and eat and fart. That's kind of it. I used to be a little preachy in the past, but then I quickly learned that we're also different, and I never have all the answers. When I think I have the answer, then I get shocked and I learn something else that challenges my belief system. I'm like, oh no, I thought I had it right. Oh, I'm still wrong. Ooh. And I'm like, how about I just stop saying anything of what people should do and think and be, you know? I've even had my own political beliefs challenged back and forth for years. I mean, I'm gonna be 30 in a couple months, and I started paying attention to politics when I was like, I don't know, freshman. And I've changed. I mean, there's so much to learn. And there's so many things that make sense only if this is also true. And there's hypocrisies. Like, you're going to support this but not this, but they don't work together. There's like systems where you need all these moving parts to operate in one functional unit. That's why parties are kind of split. And I find myself sometimes like, I kind of like this, but I like this, but oh no, but how can I have both? If I believe this, I can't do that. It's challenging, and I've just, you know, I'm constantly realizing I don't know anything, so that's why I don't talk about that either. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. This was a wonderful meal. I hope you did your meal very well. I hope you ate more than I did. Well, finished your plate. I will eat this tonight on my Instagram and my YouTube shorts. So follow me there if you want to see what I do with the leftovers. I'll do something very delicious. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Did I have anything on my mouth this whole time? I get so triggered when I watch these back and there's stuff sitting on my face or my double chin. I get so upset. I'm like, wipe your face, you nasty, nasty excuse of a human, you specimen. I like scream at the computer. I'm like, wipe your face. Ugh. And I think people get annoyed too. I'm like, if I'm annoyed, people must be annoyed. But then all the time people say, oh, I just listen to you. I just listen. I'm not even paying attention really. I hear background noise, chirp, 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 so whatever. Thanks everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I feel so sleepy too. Oh, this was not a binge. This was eating in moderation. I ate this moderately, tuna. I did. I ate this moderately. Okay. Woo, this was fun and delicious. I recommend everything, even this. It's some people don't want it dripping in grease, and they want it. Some people like it a little. Trust me, we're all different. The only thing I don't recommend is this black barbecue one, unless you really like it spicy. If you like it hot, ooh, then you'll love it. But also, you also have to really like barbecue too. It's a strong. You know what? It reminds me of Popeye's barbecue. It's a very intense barbecue that's almost too intense to enjoy. Like, you have to really like some deep, deep, deep barbecue flavor. Like you're eating like some type of, I don't even know. What's barbecue made out of? Oh my God, I don't even know. What's barbecue? Does anybody know? Hey Siri, what is barbecue made out of?
Barbecue is made up of grate.
No, that's not, that doesn't. What is barbecue sauce made out of? It almost tastes like mustard. Here we go. Vinegar, tomato paste, and mayonnaise as a base with liquid smoke, onion powder, mustard, black pepper, sweetener such as sugar and molasses. I don't think I like barbecue. And now that I don't think I actually like the flavor of barbecue. I never really crave it, that's for sure. So you have to really like barbecue because it's really strong, and you have to really like it spicy because it's really spicy. I feel like less people would actually enjoy this. It's a very particular person. Ooh. But everything else was good. And the voodoo fries, I don't know. I feel like it needs more ranch. And I personally enjoyed this a little bit more because, you know, like I said, the Cajun kind of makes it a little bit dry and also spicy. It's a spicy french fry. But everything else was A+. I'm falling asleep. Goodbye. Why do you watch me? I'm so crazy. Good night. I know y'all are watching this at bed right now. What time is it? It is currently 8 p.m. I'm going to get this up. Let's see, it takes a couple hours to edit and render, so 9, 10, 11, 12. I'd say by midnight I'm going to start rendering. I have to watch the whole thing back, so there's an hour and a half. This will probably be up tonight around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Sorry, but that's what's been going on. But isn't it a weekend? Yeah, it's technically Sunday. It's a Sunday! And y'all are up anyway, so thanks. Hi, it's me. I'd like to thank all my patrons for supporting this video, and an even bigger thank you to my executive producers, Jamie Babycado, Princess Abbie, and C Butter. If you'd like to support my channel a little bit extra, or if you just want to see the real, unfiltered side of these videos, click the link in the description box and consider joining all of us over on Patreon. You'll get to see weekly videos and a much more candid side of me. Oh, and by the way, you have to be a grown-up to follow. Patreon's really for my closest followers only, and new openings become available on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you see an opening, hurry up. If you want to hear from me personally, get yourself a video directly from me on Cameo, where I can surprise you with a video straight to your phone or your computer. You can also hire me to tell off your friend. If you want more, check out my merch store and get yourself a Waterweight t-shirt. Patreon, Cameo, and merch are all linked in the description box. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.